What's going on, EV Era fam? It's your boy Kevin here, and I'm making a video that I didn't know if I was gonna be making. Um, so you guys may or may not know this, but I've had my Ioniq 5 for just about 2 years now. I leased it. Um, it's been a cool car. It's been a great car. Um, but I think today's my last day with this car. If you're watching this video, um, so yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna go in the car here in a second. So a 2023 Ioniq 5. So it's got, I'm looking at 29,143 miles. So I got this car July 2023. It's July 2025 right now. I leased this car. I did a lease at 10,000 miles a year. And I don't know if you guys know this, but that equals 30,000 miles over 3 years. If you do a 3-year lease, that's what I did. So I did it because I thought, it was a different car market. I'm thinking, maybe I'll buy it out at the end because I really enjoy the car. Cause I'm selling them, right? And I really enjoy the car. I'm thinking, it's great. Like, I'm gonna buy this car out at the end. There was this big lease incentive, like 10,000 at the time. Plus, I got some other incentives as well too. So it was an awesome deal. But my miles is just high, man. So I just drove this car a lot. So basically, so I had to come up with something, man. So I had to just ask myself, like, I'm gonna start paying a mileage penalty really soon, and it's a lease. So, this car right now, the buyout on this car at the time of this recording is about 34,000. Kelly Blue Book trade-in value on this car, it's like 23,000. You see, I'm going with this. So, it doesn't make sense at any point to buy this car out. Now, when you do a lease, you're not really taking on the risk of buyout like the leasing company is, right? So, they're gonna take the car back and they're gonna sell it at the auction, but they're not gonna get 34,000 for it at the auction. They're not gonna do that. So I'll make the remaining payments when they send me the bill. But it doesn't really make sense because the residual value is 30 grand. So if it's 22,000 right now for a trade-in with almost 30,000 miles, I do 15,000 miles a year, really. Let's be real. So if I do that, that's gonna be a big mileage penalty. It's 20 cents a mile. So I'm gonna drive this car for 2 years, or excuse me, another year, plus a mileage penalty every time I drive the car, basically. Plus the car needs tires, and it's like, because it's not gonna go through another winter with the tires that are on it. They're fine for day to day, but when it rains out, you can it doesn't really no confidence. I have no confidence in these tires. But I'm gonna miss this car. This was my first EV. I think it's still a stylish EV. It's funny, I was behind two other Ioniq 5s yesterday. It's such a stylish car, and it's practical. Like, it's roomy for the kids. We just came back from the beach on July 4th weekend, and it was just great, driving this car back. So, I do know what I'm getting next. So I'll have a video for that when that drops. But yeah, so this car, after 2 years, it's totally worth it. Like, if you guys are in the market for an Ioniq 5, I would say if you're gonna get a new one, lease it, especially now that the tax credit's going away. You should definitely lease it, or get a used one. You should definitely find a used one. I wouldn't recommend buying a new one unless you're gonna lease it, just to try it out, or get a used one, like a certified pre-owned. Like, this car, I'm sure will be a certified pre-owned on some dealer's lot somewhere. But yeah, it's a fine car. I don't mind this car. But yeah, Hyundai's gonna take it back. I'm gonna drop off the lease probably today, if my new car's ready. And yeah, but it's as advertised, guys. So it charges as fast as what they say. It's comfortable. I haven't had any ICCU issues. I know that's a big deal with this car. I did replace the 12-volt battery the last time I got service on it, which is like 3-4 months ago. And if I didn't do that, I think I would have maybe had some ICCU issues, because they kind of work together, those 12 volts and the ICCU. But I would have had some issues with that. So yeah, so it's a bittersweet moment for me today, like, dropping off this car and getting another car. It's still another electric car. Um, and we'll go over that one when I get it. But yeah, I mean, this is a fun car, guys, and I totally recommend this car. And it's also, honestly, like, I was kind of waiting for this moment. Long story short, guys, I mean, if you don't know this already, I sell cars at a Hyundai dealership. And to be honest with you, Hyundai kind of messed around with some incentives for the salespeople. I don't know if you guys know this, but when you buy a new car, you get surveys. And the surveys are they're so bad. Like, you need to have a perfect score. You need to basically have like an A to get paid. The metrics are crazy. I can go that in deeper if you guys want another video, but you need to like maintain like a certain level to get paid. And the way they grade it, the way they time it, it cost me a couple, like, a lot of money. I think I'm losing. I think it was at least $8,000, like, over the past 2-3 years, because of one question on a survey from one person over 20 people, per se. Because the math just kind of works out that way. Like, if one person says you didn't do this, all the other surveys really just don't matter. They matter, but they don't help get you above the threshold that they set. I get why you want a high number, because high customer service, I guess, leads to retention, but you also need to make good cars. So whatever. I'm not asking anybody to feel bad for me in the comments. I know a lot of people hate car salespeople. I get it, totally get it. But I'm just kind of letting you guys fill in on why I was kind of waiting for this moment. That money over the past 2-3 years, I think, was probably that I lost was probably $8,000 in extra bonuses. So I kept joking with my coworkers. I said, when Hyundai gets this car back, that money that they didn't pay me, they're going to use at the auction to write down on this car, because this car, they own it on the books. I mean, the buyout number is $34,000. They're not going to get $34,000 at the auction, and I certainly was not going to pay that on a buyout. I wasn't even going to pay 30, looking back on it. You know what I mean? Like, so just, it didn't make sense to me to do that. So, yeah, so that's basically it. So I'm over my miles, or about to be over my miles, and it just doesn't make sense for me to keep making car payments on a lease and pay a mileage penalty at the end of the lease. It doesn't make sense. And so it's better for me to end the lease, get the bill, pay the remaining payments, then capture the state incentive, on a car, and use that towards whatever. It makes sense to do that, and then get a car that I'm not leasing anymore. So I bought it, and I can get equity as time goes on, and I don't have to care. I don't have to worry really about the miles on that car, like, because I do drive a lot. I mean, relatively speaking, 15,000 miles a year, right? So some people drive more than that, some people drive less than that. I mean, I've seen it all, but so that's something that I'm really looking forward to, is just being in a car that I don't have to lease, because I've been leasing the past, ever since 2021. I've had 3 cars, actually really 4 cars if you count my lady's car, that I've leased. And the ones that I've done are I never really made it the 3 years for whatever reason. So I'm just looking forward to not being in that cycle. And it's a cycle that, you know, if you can avoid it, please just don't get into that cycle because it can be gnarly. All right, guys. So that's basically it. Yeah, I think for this video, just saying my goodbyes to this Ioniq 5. Um, and you know, it's been a great car. I will continue to recommend this car to people, even though I'm going to be driving a different car. I will continue to recommend it. Um, you know, because the tech in it's pretty good. The drive is really good. It's spacious. The charging, if you need the fast charge, and if you have chargers capable of charging at the peak rates, and you know, I would recommend this car over really any other car. Um, you know, especially on the used side now, if you can find one certified, you know, especially if you can find one for under 25 grand, um, before September 30th, so you can get that federal tax credit. Um, I recommend doing that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so that's it. So, it's been real. So, I miss this car, and on to the next video. See you guys next time.